Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello. Hello? Can you hear me? Is this good? Yep, I was just saying to that villager that he clearly didn't think this through. Because, like, whoever he is now, I don't need to eat at all. Right? I don't need to eat. Oh, wait a minute, that just means you didn't hear what I said in the intro either. Ah, damn it. Hey everyone, welcome into the stream. I'm Void Kid. Today we are playing Minecraft, as you can see here, just renovating this entire derelict into, as you can see, a village. So that's every building redone intact. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with that middle part. Maybe get rid of this entire place and just like make typical village looking stuff. Oh, why did I do that? Yeah, I'm just gonna be literally going over the entirety of like all the blocks. Like, say that dips in like that. Yeah, that dips in like that. So I'm just gonna like, you know, do everything exactly how it looks. Just replacing just replacing it all mostly with grass blocks. And hopefully by the end of the stream, if I don't get too tired like I did the last stream, we'll see a village and expand on it. Sure. I don't want no villagers practicing the black arts of the nether. Yeah, gonna turn this all into an actual working village instead of like this derelict now, so huge renovation plan. So that's dark awkward. Yeah, I'm sneezing. Pineapple usually works. Okay, now I don't need to sneeze. So anyway, yeah, just gonna renovate this village. Oh, yeah, of course. Literally. I don't know if it's a problem I have personally or like that. I don't know what it is with me, but I always have this thing where I see lots of opportunities for everybody, and like I just want them to know that they have it. Like, it's tough to explain. It's like when I know someone has the opportunity to do something, I don't sit around and like wait to see if they notice too. I just like try and be what's the word? It's like if they don't know, I like to be, you know, not the one they thank for it, but like let them know about the opportunities they have, and you know, there's plenty of opportunity for everybody for everything they do. So I just kind of like spreading that along a little, if that makes sense. It probably doesn't, but ooh. You know what? Keep writing the story. And I'd say, um, like, if it was me writing up a story, I'd like have like little challenges with community and stuff. Like if I was personally writing up stuff, what I could do is actually involve like a community, like your own community who's there for your writing and stuff, who follows up on that kind of stuff, and like have one story someday, like completely immersive, where like the people in your community chooses um, like what happens in the story, and you have to improvise exactly on what they choose. But of course, it can't be like something that um, doesn't make sense to the story. It's just like multiple ways they choose the how the story goes, but they don't actually know how it's gonna go. Hopefully that makes sense. Kind of like Telltale, but like you know, you don't know what's gonna happen until the actual writer types it up. They play on the idea given. Now that would be pretty cool, but I am actually no writer at all. I mean, I have the lore for the Nightingales of Lua, but writing it up like in precise detail to how exactly I know I want the lore to go. Like it goes into a lot of detail, and knowing me, I can probably contradict a few pages, like saying the wrong things or something like that. So I just kind of like have problems with that kind of stuff, really. Because like the quick summary of the whole Nightingales of Lua kind of thing. So like there's like these three Orican men, like a long time ago in like some other system where all the Orican lived. They created there's like people the Orican mostly held some competitions like for the rest of the Orican, whereas like create the next thing to revolutionize the Orican Empire and such like that. Of course, like none of the main characters like Ballas or any of that was involved. And basically, one day, these people ended up coming up to the conclusion of making this kind of like a castle, but it sounds Disney, but it's not meant to. But the castle actually flies kind of like a railjack kind of flying. It's kind of like a huge ship, if anything. But it's like it can be embedded into the ground and like stay there like an actual castle, or it could just take off whenever it wants. So it's kind of like mobile, this thing. It can like plan itself wherever it wants. But yeah, anyway, when they eventually got curious, this is kind of like towards the era of like when Nata hid Lua into the moon. That would be a little impossible. That'd be a very paradox. That would be kind of impossible. No, it's when Nata actually put Lua into the void. That's kind of like a little of where the Nightingales came from, the void, in their own way. But yeah, continuing the main story, like I was saying, these Orican men and their um, colony, I guess we'll call them. Um, they uh, they ended up stuck in the void because the Orokin men still felt well. One of them felt like it wasn't enough that they made this thing that could revolutionize the Orokin, and like they wanted to show it off and everything by like testing how fast this thing can really go. But they infused it with something that was like dangerous. I'm still coming up with that part. See, this is like kind of the detail I was on about. Dingy, yeah. What happened was they ended up going at a speed that plunged them right into the void, and like considered they were like flying in space for quite some time, visiting different planets along the way, visiting different colonies and all that, revolutionizing Orokin technology a bit more, going on like a mission to like make this little castle thing a lot better when they return back with all this new enhanced like tech to add to their so basically the land end up plunged right into the void, and like after a while the void actually starts to corrupt like one of the three Orokin men. Two of them end up noticing it, but it's kind of like a story of greed as well, where greed ends up getting you, because the Orokin were known to be greedy. So yeah, the greed for wanting like more like power in the auxiliary, that being like the engines and all that. Basically, while stuck in the void, they end up thinking that they've been blessed by the void when they were granted powers, like abilities to shapeshift like whatever they wanted, but only within the void. So things went a lot mad with power, and so they not just like made stuff in the void, but they also made life too. So when they realized there was too much life aboard that castle, when they realized there was too much people up on the ship, the next thing they decided to do was pretty much create a like a portal to like a realm that they made, like kind of like how Drifter made the Devuri. These people made their own kind of Devuri. And anyway, like one of them was like obviously noticing how drunk on power the other two were becoming when like harnessing these void powers. The little did they know they was also losing themselves too, when the original goal was to obviously escape the void. Once they was in it, they kind of forgot that with their lust for all this power donated by the void. And yeah, of course, like instead of thingy killing them, he wanted not only to save them, because like he wanted them to see what they become, but also he knew like without their ingenious minds there would be no escaping the void. I mean, he was smart, the main guy in this, but not smart enough to do this alone because of the way the piloting was like designed. It was designed so all three of them would fly it, and without all three of them, he knew he couldn't do it. Sure, he could create more like create another version of them too, but that's not what he wanted. He knew that the other two were driven mad by these powers, so he didn't want to commute to that. But throughout the story, there was ultimate parts where he had to. This is still leading up to the whole Nightingales of Lua stuff. This isn't like completely going off it. So basically, what happened was, eventually, a fight ended up breaking out, and MJ, you might actually like this, because it goes back to kind of like the old alliance we had. So basically, they end up creating this army made out of pure void energy, and they called it the Orokin Armada. And like after a while, the people who were created by the void powers never knew of their true existence. So when the main guy started elaborating about like where they actually came from, that they're not actually real, things started to get a little weird. Their forms started to change a little, very creepily, I guess you could call it. Like their bodies were starting to warp the more their minds were open. And so eventually when the main guy, who was drunk on power, the guy who created the ship, when he heard about everything, he started to become kind of like a tyrant, like how Ballas was. And yeah, from one thing led to another. The main guy ended up being stripped of his void powers because, well, that's just kind of how void powers work, you know? You don't just to think realistically about space, the void, different universes and stuff. This goes for real life as well. To think realistically about the whole universe, even the void, is to think unrealistically about it, because sometimes, well, most times you would be accurate. Say like you could go to a planet in real life and the entire planet could shatter because of the whole difference in the I don't know what to call it, but like there's always like something different about, you know, different places, the properties, that's it, because we host different properties to that of a different universe. Like we'll always host different properties to a different universe, and that's kind of like what I call a parallel. They could come to our planet and shatter our entire planet as solid as we find it. For them, all they have to do is just take a simple step on our planet and that's it, smashed. They probably won't even have that kind of intention. It's just unnaturally, bend into the laws of physics, based on properties of one or many individuals that have different properties to a different system. So like, you get what I'm saying in a way. The void is exactly like that. You can't think realistically about the void without having to think unrealistically about it, because like 9 times out of 10 you'd be accurate, completely accurate, but not always in the void. Because like, just because it, like, say for example, you could stretch out a rock, it seems impossible on our planet because it's solid, but in the void, you know, you could stretch a rock, but it could only it might only happen like once or twice or a few times. Exactly. So yeah, once everything was kind of back to normal, just to like speed it up with the lore, once everything was back to normal, there's a whole, a whole Bible of, well, I'm trying to think of like a big book with many pages. Probably Warhammer, to be honest. Like one of their books. But anyway, like when everything was a-okay, before, they're in our clan. Yeah, I keep getting invited to a party. I am usually always busy when people invite me to parties. Really weird. Yeah, so basically before they leave the void, they notice, like, throughout their void powers, they feel there's something there, that, like, they feel there's souls nearby, like, they feel like it pulsating, like a itch inside that they can't ignore. They feel something inside that someone or someone's thingy, like nearby, somewhere in the void. You just can't see them, but yeah, like I said, it's like an itch for them. They felt it. There's something that just doesn't fit right with them, and yeah, when they eventually get closer to where this pulsating feeling is like driven from, they see it there. They just take one look and they see an entire gilded moon. Well, they don't know it's a moon, but like they see this one big planet with huge like these metallic structures on them, that being Lua. But eventually, before they manage to get to Lua, that's when the Lotus pulls Lua from the void, and the Lotus never considered like all the parts that would be floating off Lua when she pulled it back out of the void, and there's like little, well, what seems like little rocks, and amongst that was a particular rock where their feeling was coming from. Eventually, they go towards the rock, just like in this one last oh no, I could turn the story to work even better. Yeah, I could turn it so like the main guy ends up finding a ship on the castle that, the flying thing. Anyway, the main guy finds a ship on there, and he kind of retreats a little, and that's when he sees it. He sees Lua, and then pulls it. He tries to get to Lua, tries to get as close as possible, but then all of a sudden, Lua's pulled right out the void. This is the moment during the second dream where, of course, there's another Tenno who's living the main storyline and all that. You're just gonna starve down here, and eventually you're gonna have to eat your llamas, dude. Exactly as I said. Look at me. Yeah. Don't turn. I will hurt your llamas. I will hurt. He's like, no, don't hurt my llamas. Listen to me. Yeah, you. Look at me. Look. Yeah. There we go. Sorry, not you. I lost my chance. You're gonna get hungry. You're gonna want to eat your llamas. There's no other way out of here just yet. You wandered in here at the wrong time, my dude. Your fault. You saw how much of a drop there was in here. You saw that there's not much of a staircase system or a ladder system, but still, you took the risk. And now, you're having a party in this... you're having a llama party. Great, he's having a llama party. But yeah, the main guy ends up seeing Lua, and just before he manages to get to Lua, it's then pulled out the void because it's that time in the second dream. And it's that part in the second dream where Lua is pulled out of the void, and one of the rocks that was left behind, which the Lotus never considered, was another reservoir that broke off from Lua after the battle in the Old War. So, with that being said, he ends up still feeling this pulsating feeling, like I said, like an itch that he can't ignore. And he just goes to it to see what it's all about, why he's feeling the way he has been doing for the past so long, as they've been in the void. And that's when he finds it. This whole reservoir of he doesn't know what it is at first. He just knows he feels a strong void presence within this, and one of the pods actually seemed to already be open. One of the Tenno pods already seemed to be open. Then out of nowhere, Void Kid actually turns up, kind of doing like a man in the wall spook on him, and then they go into this huge fight. Well, not a huge fight, but a little fight, kind of like how two characters in something just end up meeting and disagreeing for the first time, and the fighting and stuff, and kind of like how in Infinity War there was the fight between Star-Lord and Iron Man. These two kind of have a little fight themselves. So eventually, because Void Kid is he's just feeling responsible for being the only one that's awake, looking after the rest and stuff, so he's feeling a little responsibility there. And so, he's just there making sure no one kills the other kills any of the other Tenno that's there, leaving them in their deep sleep as it is. And eventually they calm down after a lot of scrapping, and the guy pretty much the Oricon man eventually elaborates about what's going on, and Void Kid agrees to help, of course on one condition, that he manages to pull them all out the void. And this kind of seeps into the story as well, of greed, anger, kind of giving a little lesson as well. Void Kid is really, really upset with the Lotus. He's properly enraged by the Rotus. Rotus? I was about to say Rotus then. Oh, is that Scooby-Doo saying that? Literally. So Void Kid is actually pretty angry at the Lotus for forgetting about them and all the stuff that they've seen while they're in the void, because they've obviously dealt with some void entities just lurking around, because someone would have had to be there to ward off all these void entities, kind of like the Frats, but of course not the Frats. Just I'd say kind of little orbs that form every now and then, these void orb looking things. Okay, I just got a message now. Kind of like that, yeah. Someone sent me a message in Xbox. It shows up on my computer. I've actually got the Xbox app on my computer. Yeah, kind of like that. Just like general void entities, like nothing too concerning to like be worried about. Just like the more annoying, if anything, like they just keep turning up, like kind of like rodents of the void. And yeah, Void Kid's just doing his part. He's looking after the rest while they're asleep, dealing with all the void monstrosities and stuff. And yeah, Void Kid agrees to helping, like in whatever way he can. Like as long as like this Hurricane Man fulfills his promise by helping them get out the void. So Void Kid temporarily leaves the Nightingale, well, what are to be the Nightingales. The thingy, yeah, what happens is Void Kid goes back in this ship with this Hurricane Man back to this castle place, and he ends up actually battling the not the main guy, but like the main guy who's like the antagonist of this, who becomes like too drunk with power and such. So Void Kid kind of shows off a little of his void powers and all that. But also while fighting this guy, as you've seen on my Void Kid in game, he has that scar on his side. This battle is kind of how he got that scar, but also like why he is the way he looks, like the white hair and everything. Like the white hair started to come from being too like frightened, like very very frightened. So like he got very stressed out, very very stressed out throughout all this time. Like his hair started to sneeze. Bless you, pineapple. Yeah, so pretty much what happens is Void Kid ends up fighting the main guy. Yeah, he ends up fighting the main guy who's drunk on power, void power, and doesn't defeat him. More so, like he just like he doesn't kill him. He defeats him. Yeah, that's it. He defeats him, not kills him. But also, like while in this fight, he's still under the influence of all this anger and stuff. So, the main guy ends up like kind of reaching out to him a little, saying, you know, about like not becoming like them, because they're kind of like said they're like prime examples, pun intended, of like what letting your emotions get to you does to you while in the void. So Void Kid ends up like winding back a little. He he just like lay back a little with fighting this guy once he's defeated, but also the guy he was fighting pulls a very dirty move on Void Kid and ends up actually making the mark on his face that, you know, you see on my operator. Like, he's not ready to give up the fight. He's not ready to accept defeat, because like most Orokin, from what we've seen in the game, hardly accept defeat. You know, they're too proud to be defeated. They're too like they have too much of an ego, regardless who it is. Even the Entrati family have too much of an ego to let go of. So yeah, Void Kid ends up with the scar on his face. His vision is kind of knocked out a little, like with the fight, it ends up kind of like ruining his like sight to see and everything. So that's how he ends up with the golden things, the little frame things he has, the little glasses he has. So technically he ends up with glasses after being in a fight. But yeah, after that, the story actually doesn't end there. Void Kid ends up actually freeing these guys out of their state, instead of like killing them and, you know, finishing off, which would be the easier option. But he realizes without them there is no getting out of the void for him either. So what happens is he ends up in a way they create like a harness on the ship. They create like a harness on the ship and kind of attach it to the Lua rock, which has the reservoir in it. But there's like several other reservoirs that were also abandoned, because there was the main reservoir, what you saw in the main story, but also this reservoir, which was like the main one out of them all, because of how the story's going. So basically, when they broke out the void, that's when sentience started becoming a problem, because they followed Lua to bring that piece back to Lua, which is kind of like been hidden in Lua. You just can't, you won't be able to ever find it. But that reservoir got safely placed back onto Lua. All three of the Orokin men were united, and for a while they ended up building up a they placed the castle thing onto Lua, and eventually like with kind of like half the people left, half the population left, they actually helped these Tenno out that were in the reservoir. They placed them safely on Lua, placed a castle down, and eventually turned that castle into the dojo. So that's kind of how the dojo was made. And for a while they've been like side by side fighting and stuff, like battling the sentients that came to Lua. It was great for a while, but story conclusion, they start working on a Nightingale project, but eventually the sentients came one more time, and this is during the New War. The Nightingales were kind of like truly created in the New War. They was together beforehand, but like the whole Nightingale things were created during the New War, because it took till the very last sentient raid for um, like the three main Orokin men to make one ultimate decision that hides their little place on Lua, so that the sentients don't ever find them ever again, but also they can attack them by surprise. They won't ever see them coming. So it sounds weird, they became sentient to ward off the sentients. So what they did was, with the last bit of void energy they had, because they still harnessed a tiny bit more of that void energy, they kind of like came together, and this is actually a room in the dojo that you can actually visit, and they became the Arcalist Sentient. They're not dead, they're still alive within the lore, but they are sentient now, and they have in a way kind of forgotten about everything that they've been through, just for the sake of protecting the dojo. So this three-headed sentient creature that was once Orokin men sits in the basement of the Nightingales of Lua dojo, and so when they passed, Void Kid ended up coming across that project, the Nightingale project, and realized, well, without these three guys around, someone's gonna need to be around to direct everything, to fortify this place once again like they did. So eventually what became the Nightingale project turned into the Nightingales of Lua. Thus the Nightingales of Lua was created, and yeah, I guess that's where we are at today. These Orokin men, in the heads, they're gone. You know, like, them people are gone mentally, but what they became still lingers around. So Void Kid picked up the mantle of thingy, what's it called now? Being the Lunar King of the Nightingales. Led the Nightingales of Lua, and ever since then, ever since the New War, that's when the Nightingales of Lua started to properly get more known in their own way. Because in a way that's actually true. Ever since the New War, you know, the Nightingales of Lua clan actually seen, like, it got different after the New War, and ultimately changed. Wait, who's that? Please don't tell me it's, well, I'm not name dropping here, but, like, please don't tell me it's, your old friend. I'm not gonna name drop. But do you get the whole story of it? Yeah, it's something I came up with once when... oh no, I didn't mean to delete that. What even was that oh right, it was that. Suppose I need to get another one of them anyway.
You know, because of you, I keep getting
Jack
Jack and Coke nuts.
and Coke?
Coke. Jack Daniels and Coke.
Oh right.
I keep getting the ads.
Wow. Please don't tell me it's your old friend. I have absolutely no idea who that could possibly be. Oh great, no, 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 no. The ice cream van's coming. Like, I know that doesn't sound like the typical reaction you'd probably hear, but trust me, things are about to get loud. I mean, I'm leaving my microphone on for this because I want you guys to hear how loud this guy is. Hope not.
It's not coming back, so.
But I heard him though. Didn't you hear him? Or am I just going crazy? Oh no! Oh great. No, this doesn't sit right with me. I gotta extend it out a little bit more. You know, one thing I cannot get out of my head right now is that time Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell got together on that song. What's it called? Grace Kelly. You should watch it, it's beautiful. Yep. Oh, nope. I swear it was coming down this way. Perfect. Probably, it probably doesn't look exactly how it used to look, but I honestly think that looks great now. Oh, no, I don't want that. I don't want that block. So who's talking to you then, pal? This actually would look really nice if it was like that. Yeah, it looks pretty cozy now. Yeah, I think this looks pretty swell. add some doors and a bed. Oh, and torches too. They gotta have torches. Where's the bed? Oh, there's the beds. Red bed. Have we done it? Yeah, this is the spot. Perfect. Do the same for here. Yeah. So one here. One here. Put this there, and then make one here. Yeah, I could do the same for that side too. Perfect. Add doors. Ooh, Sanko. It has been a while, my Dragon Veil friend. One here. And one here. And a window here. Yeah. Actually, yeah, put windows. Oh. Your beds everywhere. Beds everywhere. Yeah, probably better, to be honest. And then they have this nice little view out the window of all this background. Pretty nice. Alright, one more thing to add is why don't you take a nap then? Oh yeah. Alright, let's go to the other one and add some windows. I keep So anyway, has anyone got anything nice to say? Anything nicer than she's got to say? Actually, one thing I could do is stay true to the concept of it. So, was it dark oak? I think it was. Let's see. Looks like it. Yep. Yep. Dark oak. I could stay true to the flooring plan. Really? Ducks have no arms. It's actually pretty nice there. Some chests. And what else? Yeah, I'll just leave it like that. One more chest because I'm nice. This is actually looking pretty cool so far. Alright, so that's the next building to renovate. Make that into a window. Yeah, we'll restore this village to its former glory, and yeah, like a little window here. I'll fill that with the same kind of block. Just need to find what to replace here. Maybe I'll just go over things with that block when I'm ready. Actually, I'll keep it like that. Yeah. I don't really need the bookshelf, I'll just like compensate for that later. Yeah, I want to stay as true as possible to the design of it. Like how it looked before. Just like top it up and make it kind of look like how it used to. So obviously that block was there. Oh, this is looking pretty good so far. Alright, I'm gonna take a break for now. Alright, just gonna leave this here. Alright, I'll be back in about 20 minutes from now. I will catch you guys soon. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the stream. I hope I've not lost anybody, but I am back. Welcome back. Okay, so the last thing we was doing was this one, I think. Oh, no, it was this one. To anyone that's just tuning in, I am renovating this area out and, well, making it into a village pretty much. Gonna keep some originality to it. Gonna keep this part up for sure, but ultimately turning it into a base. Not a base, a village. Yeah, currently in creative mode as you can see right here, but ultimately this is just like what I'll be doing for the stream. Just in creative, doing this. I'll sort that out. It's actually looking really nice so far. Alright, what I'm gonna do here is actually add maybe not in that style, but like just do it like this. That's so much. Karma awaits your way. Karma has respect for no one. Karma treats everyone equally, and such shall be your fate. Are you yawning? Well, I'm elaborating that you are like now entombed in this fate of yours. Yeah, that's pretty nice. I'm disappointed in you. Deeply disappointed in you. Okay, that looks like that. Just need to clear up all this. And now, start connecting up the walls. Apart from that one. That'll be the entrance. Actually, no. That'll be the entrance over there. Okay, what I'm gonna do here actually is add windows. Yeah, get rid of these ones here. Okay, yeah. I like where this is going so far. Maybe not this. Right, what I could do in here actually is add a different style of flooring, like, whereas I could probably add in this. Yeah. Yeah, add in that as a path. Turn the rest into stone flooring. Yeah, kinda like this. Okay, yeah, I'm liking where this is going so far. I found this one from decorating um, village houses to decorating this. I mean, I would have got around to this anyway, but we'll leave that a secret to be revealed on another day. I mean, I know what's in it now. Not much of a secret left. Nope. Yeah, God damn it. Come on. There we go. on the outside it looks pretty cool. And here I could add some originality left to it. Where's the bucket of water? Oh, there it is. Oops. That's not what I want. One thing I could add. Yeah. Perfect. Nice. Love it. Actually, no, I don't want those bricks. So one, please. Looks like most of the houses are like done now. There's no way to do this other than doing it like no. Oh, wait, no. Perfect. Got it. Suppose what I could do for the outside is put some... No. Let's see. Cherry door? Pretty cool. I could add some... Dirt path. Move. Right, stroke. Move. Fucking no. it's looking pretty nice so far. Pardon me. Let's see what it looks like at night time. Oh yeah, forgot. I mean, what I could do is add night lights, like a proper village. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks up. Do another one just like right over here. Yeah, I'd say about here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Suppose that'd be alright if I just put one in. How much is that one? 2. Yeah, that was right. That was right. I gotta do a part here where you get to see the fishes and everything. Walls. Stone. And also stone stairs. So let's say a perimeter of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many blocks are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, that's perfect. That's perfect. But I've also damaged the grass too. Actually, that won't matter. And now put some blocks down. Perfect. Almost. think this looks pretty nice. Actually, yeah, I could have it down there, like that. I think I'm gonna end it here with the stream for now. Probably come back tomorrow, maybe Friday. Friday fun day, absolutely Friday fun day. I'll get back to this, but yeah, it's definitely changed quite a bit ever since I started fishing this place out. Real happy with how things are turning out so far, and of course I'm improvising over there. Probably over here I could do with the farm and then start reeling in the villagers. Not sure exactly what's gonna happen with this place, but it does look cool. Alright, time to end the stream here. I will catch you guys in the next stream tomorrow. I'm not sure what I'm gonna be playing, probably Brawlhalla. Or could be Slime Rancher. Oh no, I could have that in Friday's stream, the Slime Rancher stream. Well, until tomorrow, I will see you in the next stream. Void Kid out. Thanks for watching, guys.